Man. I lead IT operations focused on observability and people leadership under pressure. This is Metrics and Mayhem, the podcast. Let's get into this week. So I want to talk to you about the person who shouts the loudest in your incident channels. You know the one. Maybe you are the one. I know I am sometimes. It's a Sev one, everyone's on the bridge, and someone's rapidly typing in capitals. This should never have shipped. Who approved this? Where is such and such? Who is this guy? Why is there no run book? And then the messages get shorter and shorter, sharper. And the whole channel, you feel the whole channel tightens up around them. You know, people start going quiet. The triaging and debugging slows down because everyone who's now managing, they're now managing the angry person as well as the outage. So I was listening to a conversation this week about communication and improving my communication. And there's two guys talking about conflict and emotion. And it was nothing to do with software. And one of them said something that was quite interesting. They said that anger is almost something hiding underneath, fear, sadness, shame. He said that in therapy, they have a phrase. It's not hysterical, it's historical. The size of the reaction usually isn't about the thing that's in front of them or in front of you. It's historical. And that line really got to me because about relationships, it really travels. And the harder you push, the more hardened these people become. Getting angry at someone almost never changes their behavior. It just makes them defend more. We've all done it. We see it. We do it ourselves. Now put that in a 2 a.m. war room. As an engineer typing in capitals or a CIO typing in capitals, and he or she isn't really angry at the deployment that's fucked everything up. Underneath it, almost always, is fear. Fear is this their fault? Did they approve it? Did they release it? Did they program it? Did they, was they accountable for the AI deployment or the human gate involved in that deployment? Fear of the whole blast radius that they may have caused. Fear of being the one who looks like they just don't know what the fuck they're doing in front of senior people in this war room that are all now watching this channel. We've all been there. You want to do a good job, and different cultures as well, have different reactions, So it's the loud, easy emotion sitting on top of the quiet. This is the hard one because being scared and saying so out loud in front of your peers during an outage, that takes something. Shouting takes nothing. The conversation I was listening to had it exactly right. It takes zero effort to raise your voice. It takes real strength to slow down and say the true thing. And this is the whole reason why Blameless post-mortems work. I love them, by the way. We sometimes talk about Blameless like it's about being nice, being courteous. It isn't. It's a mechanism. And it works because it takes the fear out of the room. And when the fear goes, the anger goes with it. Because it was hiding behind it. And finally, you get the truth of what actually happened. Blame keeps fear pumping, keeps it high. People stay defended, and you learn nothing. The harder you push, the harder they become. So I've changed what I do when someone goes off their rocker in an incident. I used to meet them with heat and head on and feel like I had to defend X and Y, or worse. I've calmed down a little bit. My patronizing tone comes over without realizing it. And I say, let's keep it professional, guys, which just shames them, but in a quieter way. Neither works. Both made the person feel belittled. They become more defended. The thing that actually works is stupidly simple. Right? Stop treating anger as the problem. If you start treating it as a pointer, a North Star per se, it shows you exactly where the fear is. So here's my hard stop for this week. Anger never fixed an outage. It told you where the fear was. Just think of that for a second. Anger never fixed the outage. It just told you where the fear is. So here's the habit for you next week. I know you love these guys. Thank you for the comments, by the way. Next time someone gets heated or you feel that they're going to go off in an incident or even in a retro or in a planning meeting that's gone completely sideways, before you respond to heat, ask yourself one silent question. What's the person afraid of right now? What's their position? Where do you think they're worried? What do you think they're worried about? Sometimes you can only answer it in your head and it will change your next sentence. Sometimes you'll ask them gently off to one side, not calm down, something more like, what's the worst version of this in your head right now? What's your real concern here? Name the fear and the anger will literally dissipate because the anger was never really the point. And if you're the one who's heated, same question, point inwards. 9 times out of 10, it isn't anger. It's fear wearing one of those high vis vests, right? And you don't have to look at that stupid bright vest. So the loudest person in your incident isn't your problem to manage. Remember that. But they're your best signal. They're standing exactly where it hurts, telling you so. And in only the language they've got spare at 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. One last thing, as always, if this helps you in any way, please follow the show, do the usual stuff, help me with the reach, send me your queries. You know where we are on the website. And as you all know, Metrics and Mayhem, his book is out. It's been out now for a month. Thank you ever so much for those of you who've bought it, spending your hard-earned cash. I appreciate it. Remember, you can get the first chapter free on Amazon. And if you're a member of the newsletter, you can get the 4th chapter for free also. Remember, more signal soon. Take care, guys.